is your diet. The food you eat contains energy stored in its molecules, and this energy comes from three main macronutrients: proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Proteins are made up of coiled chains of amino acids. Carbohydrates are long chains of sugar molecules. And fats consist of three fatty acids attached to a glycerol molecule, known as triglycerides. Each of these macronutrients has different properties that affect how your body uses and stores them as fuel. Understanding how your body manages energy can help you make better choices about your diet and activity levels, ensuring you maintain a healthy energy balance. All right, let's break down what happens to your food from the moment it enters your mouth. As soon as you start chewing, enzymes in your saliva kick off the digestion process by breaking down carbohydrates into simpler sugars. This action continues in your stomach and intestines, with more enzymes getting involved. There are many kinds of sugars, but the two most common ones are glucose and fructose. Glucose is a key player here. It's the essential sugar found in starchy foods like cereals and bread. It's also a big part of other carbohydrates like sucrose, which you get from fruits like bananas, and lactose, found in milk, both of which are half glucose. Once your intestines break down the carbs, they quickly shuttle glucose into your bloodstream. Your body needs a constant supply of glucose to keep your cells, especially brain cells, alive. But here's the catch. While you need enough glucose, too much of it can be harmful. This is where your brain and pancreas team up to regulate blood glucose levels using a hormone called insulin. When you digest food and your blood sugar levels rise, your pancreas produces insulin and pumps it into your bloodstream. Insulin's main job is to keep your glucose levels from getting too high. It does this by directing glucose to different parts of your body. About 20% of the glucose goes to your liver, where it's converted into glycogen for storage. But the liver can only store so much glycogen, so any extra glucose is turned into fat, which can either stay in the liver or enter the bloodstream. The remaining 80% of glucose travels to other parts of your body, where it's used as fuel by your brain, muscles, and kidneys. Now let's talk about fructose, the sweet one. Fructose is often found alongside glucose in fruits, honey, and table sugar, sucrose, which is 50% fructose. Unlike glucose, fructose is mostly processed by the liver, and any excess is also turned into fat. So, understanding how your body processes these sugars can help you make better food choices and manage your energy levels effectively. Now, unlike glucose, which is processed by cells all over your body, fructose is primarily handled by your liver. The liver does its best to burn off fructose, but it can only handle so much at once. When there's too much fructose, the liver converts the excess into fat. This fat can either stay in the liver or be released into the bloodstream. Once in the bloodstream, the fate of this fat is mostly in the liver's hands. Some of it stays in the liver, some gets burned for immediate energy, and some is stored in your muscles. The rest is sent off to specialized fat cells called adipocytes, which are scattered all over your body. Each of these cells holds a droplet of fat, and when more fat is added, these cells expand like tiny balloons. These adipocytes can be found just under your skin, where they are called subcutaneous fat. They also exist in your muscles and around your organs, particularly in your abdomen. This fat around your organs is known as visceral fat, and it behaves differently from subcutaneous fat. Visceral fat is more concerning from a health perspective because it's linked to various diseases. So glucose gets used by your entire body, but fructose puts more strain on your liver and can easily turn into fat if you consume too much. All right, let's talk about the two main types of fat in our bodies: subcutaneous and visceral fat. Understanding the difference between them is crucial for your health. Subcutaneous fat is the stuff you can pinch right under your skin. It's the fat that sits just beneath the surface, and while having too much of it isn't ideal, it's not the worst kind of fat you can have. Think of it as your body's natural padding. Now, visceral fat is a whole different story. This is the fat that wraps around your internal organs, deep in your abdomen. Unlike subcutaneous fat, visceral fat cells behave differently and pose a greater health risk. Excessive visceral fat is strongly linked to serious health issues like heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. It's not just about having a bigger belly, it's about what's happening inside your body. Visceral fat releases inflammatory markers and hormones that can mess with your body's normal functions. It's more metabolically active, which means it can have a bigger impact on your health than subcutaneous fat. So while you might be concerned about the fat you can see and pinch, it's the hidden visceral fat that's more dangerous and something to keep an eye on. Keeping your visceral fat in check involves a combination of healthy eating, regular exercise, and maintaining a balanced lifestyle. It's not just about weight, it's about where that weight is and how it affects your overall health. So focus on reducing visceral fat for better health outcomes and a longer, healthier life. Well, that's all for today's video. I hope you learned something new that can help you in your daily life. Thank you for joining me, and if you enjoyed your time here, don't forget to like and subscribe. Remember to stay healthy, keep flexing all this new knowledge and glowing with the results. Catch you next time.